everybody, welcome back. I wanted to do a reading on our pets. Today I got poor Cooper. I think he had a little minor sprain on his front leg, so I've been trying to nurse him. Ooh, sorry. I've been trying to nurse him and keep him from overexerting himself, so I got him back there. I'll give you a little glimpse of him in a little while. He's doing better now. You know, when you've been cooped up, you can't, go outside and start running around like crazy. And I think that's what happened to him. It's been so cold. I haven't been walking him. He's just been in the yard, and we haven't gone to the dog park. So I guess he was, his muscles were a little tense from being indoors. They weren't as flexible, and I think it's not a big deal. I think he messed up his little muscle or something, the top front leg. But he's okay today. He seems perfectly fine today. So, Dios mío, Padre, all of my viewers that have pets, cats, dogs, birds, bunnies, please give us a message. San Martin, I got my Martin. You guys know me. And Martin. So, let me put this candle up here as well. And one of my favorite books, How to Be a Good Creature, by Montgomery. I love this book. And isn't it beautiful? I've bought a few of them and I've gifted them. This book is amazing. I love this book. I'll link it below. Dios mío, estos animales, nuestros animalitos. Nuestro animalito. Un mensaje para esta. 8 of Arrows. Oh, the 8 of Swords. Ooh, you know how the 8 of Swords is tied up? Don't tie your animals out in the cold, obviously. Well, I'm sure you guys don't do that. But be mindful that they need exercise. Look what happened to me with Cooper, because I hadn't been exercising him like I normally do. Wow, this is also my energy with poor Cooper, because we've been cooped up. It's been 9 below 0 here. So we've had to be cooped up. And he's got boots and coats, but still. Keep him away from the cold. Keep him indoors, but try to, when it's a nice day, when the sun comes out, try to give him a little walk here and there. Or let him look out the window. Or let him get a little bit of warming sun through the window. Page of Stones. This is the Page of Pentacles. Oh, sweet babies. They might need some playtime. They might need keep them, play with them, and if they can be around other animals that they get along with. Queen of Stones. That's the mama bear. That's you. Protect them. Always protect them. And this is a message that you protect them already. Keep protecting them. 5 of Bows. Empowerment. That's above them. Ooh, they have energy. They have the power of animals. This is what I wanted to talk about, the justice in animals as well. The power of animals is that they bring justice to your life. They bring justice to your life and empowerment. I'm telling you, I think that's how come I can read the Taza. My love for animals. I think I was gifted this ability because of my love for animals. So you too can grow spiritually. Keep growing, because you've already grown, but we always will keep growing. Beneath them, what they have is their own. It's the Page of O's. It's the Page of Wands. Oh, so cute. Oh my God, that is so cute. So, travel, I'm guessing this is. What they have is their own. Oh, they like to roam around. So to me, this is like they can't wait for spring and summer, right? Oh my goodness. So we should plan when the weather gets better, wherever you are. Try to take those walks out with your animals, the ones that need walking. With the cats, I think looking at this now, I might get Shakira a catio outside and put it in my yard. Get him like a little suction hammocks for your cat, so you can just stick it on the window on those sunny days that they can be there on the sun. In the recent past, ooh, in the recent past, this is respect though. 9 of Bows. This looks creepy to me. This is the nine of Wands. Okay. Regards to our animals, the 9 of Bows. You guys tell me what you think this might be. Because I'm an intuitive reader as well. You know, it's the 9 of Wands. But in this particular situation, you can see he has antlers. He's living in the woods like a wild animal as well. And he's got like a fish skeleton hanging here. You know, they respect us, but it's in their nature to be themselves, and we have to respect their individual personalities. And we have the bigger brain, supposedly. So we have to be patient with them, give them all the respect in the world, just like you do. And it's a cycle. They give it back to us. This might be just a message that we need to hear, right? Including myself, because you know, we have these animals living with us in our homes, and we look at them as babies, right? But they're adult. Most of them are adult animals, and we can treat them as babies to a degree, but we have to respect that they have certain needs, and we should treat them as adult babies, I guess. Not as tiny helpless ones, but you know, try to change along with how they're aging, I think, is the message here. And what will happen? What will come? Oh, morning. Oh my gosh, you guys, you know, their lifespan is short. It's not like ours, right? 20 years for a cat is a long time, but 20 years go by quick, and 20 years not enough. So we have to come to terms with the reality that they're only here for a short time. So don't be away. You guys seen that on the internet, those rules. This is it. Don't be away too long from them. Don't be mad at them. I don't like getting... I get upset sometimes at stuff that happens with my animals, but I don't get mad at them. I joke around with them, but I don't get mad at them. They don't know, and they're navigating all these weird obstacles that they don't know what it is. They don't know what a fork is, they don't know what a phone is. They're navigating this very strange world, and they have no concept of most of the things around us. So if they break it, or if they get tangled in something and destroy it, forget it. It doesn't matter. What matters is their soul, their time here with you. Love them, because they're not going to be here forever. They're not going to be here forever. So this is the 7 of Cups. I've also have plans if something's to happen to me. We have a living will. We have a will that if something happens to us, money allocated to our animals and our savings that we have, and who's to take the animals. So maybe that as well, make those arrangements. This is rough. I mean, you come to my channel and you get rough readings over here. But it's the truth. I think that's why I'm here. You know, to come to terms with reality. It's not, you know, lollipops and rainbows all the time. And it's still a gorgeous, beautiful life. It's still beautiful and gorgeous. Even though we all pass away and, you know, we're their guardian. We're their guardian. You know, like we have guardian angels? Well, we are their guardian angels. We're here to guard them and to provide for them. This is them. 17 pole star, the star. Again, this is like losing something in grief, but it's also joy and hope. The star, grief, but also joy and hope. Now it's next to the 5 of bows, empowerment. So energy, hope, and the loss, the death of somebody. You know what? I understand this. I was expecting this actually. I was hoping that the hope card would come up because I want to tell you about Maddie, my cat Madison. Before she passed away, I would say, actually before she was diagnosed with cancer, a few months before she was diagnosed with cancer, I would hear her walking around the house. And I would be like, Maddie, Madison, Madison. Kungi, I used to call her Kungi because she looked like a little cougar. It's Kungi, Kungi. And she wouldn't be where I would hear the little steps. And then I would go look and she's sleeping on one of her little beds. And that kept happening to me. And I remember calling my mom and saying, Madison's going to be passing away. She did asomo to me. Me hizo asomo. And my mom's like, ay, 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 ay. My mom already knew. So I took her immediately to the doctor, got her checked up and down. They didn't find anything wrong. I'm like, are you sure? No, there's nothing wrong with her. I took her to another doctor. Same thing, nothing wrong with her. Had 2 opinions. I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong with the asomo. A couple of months later, she was diagnosed with cancer. And she died a year after that. So, you know, this means to me that their soul is still out there, still going on. And you see that circle? It's a circle of life. They don't leave you. They're with you. Just like us, these animals are still protecting us, warning us. You think just because they died that you won't ever see them again, that they're not with you. And look, remember I told you that in my family, when you dream that you're alone in a forest full of trees, you're going to be passing away? Look, this person is alone in a forest of trees, so they are passing away to see their hope. When we pass away, we're going to see them again. And when we need them here, they're going to be there for us. We're going to get healing from them. When you're sleeping, when you're falling asleep and you're depressed, you're going to feel that healing love that your pet gave you while they're alive. That's their soul. That's their spirit is still with you. In the home, 10 of vessels, happiness in their home. Look at this. These cards are on fire. 10 of cups, 10 of vessels, happiness in their home. They bring happiness. You bring happiness to them. They bring happiness to you. You will be overflow with love and you will sacrifice anything to make sure they're okay. And the same, they will do the same. They will give their lives to protect you. Happiness in the home. They feel happiness, overjoyed with happiness. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous. They bring happiness to everyone. Hopes and fears. The green woman. What is the green woman again? I forgot because I haven't used these cards in a while. Is that the Empress? I think that's the Empress. Yeah. the equivalent to this? The mother, a bounty, yeah. So hopes and fears, we need to make sure that we have them neutered and spayed and all that, and but there's something more here. You're their mom, you're the parent there. Hopes and fears. Not to be rehomed. Not to be rehomed. Oh, poor animals. That makes sense. Like when you're not to be left alone without you. They don't, you have to, like, before I leave, I always say bye to them. Like, if I'm going to go to the store or I have an errand to run or I'm going away, I say, I'll be back. I love you. I'm coming back. Bye, babies. I'll be back. That sort of thing. They need to know that. And what will come? 10 of Arrows. Instruction. Oh, so a great relationship. A great relationship of adaptation. You adapt to them, they adapt to you. Instruction with love. You see how this elderly person, which is us, could be us, is showing this younger person, because animals, they have the intelligence. I think dogs have the intelligence of a 2-year-old. Some exceptional dogs have even older children, and the same thing with cats, that sort of thing. So where they're sage, they're a page when it comes to everyday thing. But I think they're our sage and we're their page when it comes to learning about love and compassion and sacrifice and forgiveness. They teach us more than we can ever teach them, right? But to instruct them, to keep them safe, so you can have an easier life together, a more pleasant life together. Instruction is what you need, and make them comfortable. And also you learning about their nature, not just treating them like they're human, learning about their nature and making sure that they're okay. This is a beautiful reading. I love it. I'm going to do this more often, you guys. Look at this. I love it. I love these cards. Let me see if I could take... I love these cards. Beautiful. I absolutely adore my babies. I'm a crazy cat lady. I'm a big spoiler of my baby Cooper. All right, I'm going to move on to the next subject I want to talk about. Okay, so the second part of the video is going to be about the power of animals. The power of animals. And this is a reading for you guys, for my subscribers and for people that view my channel that have animals. And I know that a lot of you have gone through a lot with your animals, and you guys have trusted me and have been kind enough to inform me when something happens to your animals. And I just want to say about the justice of animals. If something happens to your animal because someone else did something to your pet, I want you to trust in divine justice. Because especially when it comes to these animals, divine justice is brought upon swiftly to these people. Not to be negative, not to wish ill on anyone. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not wishing ill on anyone. It's just they committed an act, and karma, you're going to pay for it, right? It happens to all of us when we make mistakes. Even if we apologize, we sometimes got to learn the hard way, right? So if someone is evil, disgusting, and does things to innocent beings, be it children, elderly, or animals, pets, these people will pay for it. These people will pay for it because of the power of animals. I'm going to share with you a few anecdotes. This is a very personal, these readings to me are going to be very, very personal. So if you don't want to hear me yak, that's fine. You can just, some other time, you can click out and I'll post some Taza videos that you might be interested in. Okay, let me tell you something. There's this person. Okay, so I personally don't know this person. I've never met her. But someone close to me knows about this person. She basically moved in with her mom. Her mom has a little dog. And she moved in with her mom. And I think she's a narcissist. And she doesn't want the dog to ruin any of her stuff. So she's asked the mom to keep the dog on a leash. Sometimes in the apartment. So the mom is an older lady in her 70s. And now the mom has to keep her poor little dog on a leash inside the apartment. Not always, but sometimes. And the little dog, he's a puppy, they need to run around. She doesn't let him. So I have been praying to St. Martin. Ooh, hold on, I got Shaki. Shaki wants to come in. Come on, Mom. Oh, cute girl. Oh, really? Sorry. So I've been praying to St. Martin to intervene. And you would not believe, you cannot mess with these animals. What happened to this lady? She bought a car. I told my mom, I said, I'm going to start praying to God, Jesus, and St. Martin that she gets her own apartment, because St. Martin to me is the saint that has granted us homes. Like my mom prayed to St. Martin, to God, obviously, and to Jesus, in the name of St. Martin, who was a human being, who suffered a lot. He was raised by his mother, and his father never lived with them. So he didn't really have a stable home. Imagine a single mother back then, a black woman back then, didn't have the means. So he grew up very poor. And I think he's the saint that grants you a home through or with the help of a husband. My mom prayed for have her own home. And when she was an orphan, she said, "Please, Martin, help me get my own home." And my dad came into her life, and he built her a house. My aunt, the same thing. She prayed to St. Martin to have her own home, and she had saved up a lot of money to buy her own home, and she had bought a plot of land. And then she met her husband, and he built a house for her on her plot of land. And when I was living in New York City, I wasn't even thinking about a husband. I lived in a little apartment, and I didn't like the neighborhood, and I bought myself a St. Martin. And I prayed to St. Martin, to God, Jesus, and St. Martin, to let me have my own home. And look where I am now. I have my own home. And I got it because of my husband, too. This sounds like I'm not a feminist. I am a feminist, but this is really what happened. Through the unity of a partner, it could be a wife. It could be a wife too, or let's say you're the same-sex couple. I'm just saying it's a partnership. You get your home through a partnership, one way or the other. So I'm praying for that girl, for love to come into her life, because maybe that's why she's so miserable. Maybe she's just miserable because she doesn't have love in her life. And for her to get her own home so that her mom could go back living again. But in between that, I was not praying for anything bad to happen to her. Just for justice for the little dog. Guess what happened to her? She went and she bought herself a new car instead of getting her own apartment. And, well, I don't know if it was new, but it was new to her. It might have been used, I don't know. And the rats got into her car. This is in Manhattan. And all the wires in the car, just how the dog was tied up, the same wiring being tied. That's how I relate it. All those cables, the rats ate them all up. I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm surprised they didn't like try to kill her and bit off the brake cables or something. So that happened. The power of animals, right? The dog that was tied up, the power of the justice for him. Listen, and then another one I'm going to tell you. So no matter what, know that your animal, you will always see animals again. Another person who's a nice person doesn't, but I think it's went through some trauma in their lives, and so they can't take noise, and they're always complaining about noise and noise and noise. Told me the other day, oh, I can't take this noise from this family that I moved in, and they have children and dogs and cats, whatever. So this person complained, put in a complaint against this family, and I said to myself, ay Dios mío, I said, oh my God, this lady, I said, don't do that, don't do that, don't do it. I guess she did it. Not that I guess, I know she did it. And she filed a complaint against the family. And God is so just. I was afraid that they might, have to move with all those animals, and they're just adjusting to their new home. But God is so mighty. And the power of animals is so great. Guess what happened to this person, this lady? She's always complaining about noise, this and that with these people. And you will not believe, a freaking swarm of woodpeckers moved in and completely destroyed the wood around her window in her bedroom where she sleeps. And let me tell you that noise that these woodpeckers make, it's almost like the hammer. It's really loud. I think it's louder than a hammer. It's louder than a hammer. They almost drove this person to like the nut house. I would not mess with animals. If any of you are suffering because you have a neighbor that's complaining about your animals, or someone did something to your animal, or you had problems with the people with the animals, those people that are doing that to you, feel sorry for them. Feel sorry for them. Because it is swift, the justice that is being brought upon for them. Whatever they did to your animal is going to come back to them tenfold. And they may not even survive it. They may not even survive it. Physically. You know George Santos? In one taza, not everything's going to come up. I did not see him going to jail. But I told you, Sapphire's going to take him down. And I told you, militare is like anything. A cop could be a military person. I told you Sapphire was going to take him down. What happened? The FBI is now investigating him. The FBI. And they're starting with what he did to Sapphire. And that is probably going to lead to who knows what they're going to find with this guy. I told you Sapphire was going to bring him down. So, have no fear. Pray for the safety of your animals. This weekend I did that. I did that. I dedicated my Saturday. I didn't go out anywhere. And I did a bunch of prayers. A bunch of prayers. And I had done that like a month ago. I did it again this Saturday. So just, do that. Pray for the safety of your animals. But know that you will see them again someday, and that their soul is still with you, and the love that they have for you is still there, and they will always be around to comfort you. And that they have a justice so powerful that it comes quick to the person. It comes quick to whoever's doing that to them. And brutally. Oh, listen, I forgot to say something about George Santos. I'm just going to edit it into the video. Even though I didn't see him going to jail, it doesn't mean that he's not going to jail. 1,000 cannot cover everything, like I said before. I saw the January 6 people climbing up the Capitol building and hanging a year before it happened. And it took me many thousands of Donald Trump for me to see that. However, what I do know for sure about George Santos, that well, not that I know, I feel it. I feel it. You know what's going to happen to him? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to George Santos. If he doesn't make amends, if he doesn't repent, if he doesn't pay back, I don't know how, if he doesn't change, he's going to end up homeless with a tumor and no money to get the proper treatment. That's what's going to happen to him. The same thing with the homeless fat and with Sapphire. It is worse than anything a prison can do to him if he does not repent and make amends. I feel it in my heart. That's what's going to happen to him. Brutally. I don't mean for this to be a revenge video. That's not what I mean. This is the reality. This is the reality. Well, before I let you go, I'm going to put some pictures of Cooper. Actually, let me just swing him around here. Cooper. Oh, baby Cooper. Look, he's not feeling well. Oh, poor baby Cooper. I think he's okay, but if he's still under the weather, I'm going to take him in tomorrow to the vet. I'm just trying to keep him inactive until his leg is okay. But he is spoiled. Look, he got all his little pillows and his little blankie. Oh, sweet Cooper. Baby Cooper. Oh. The more baby talk, the sadder his face gets. Sweet boy. He did bounce up and perk up and started barking at the mailman. Oh, baby, you rest. You rest. What about you, Mama? What about you, Mama? You want to go back out? You just got here. You just got here. The book, again, that I really love is How to Be a Good Creature by Montgomery. But I did not credit Rebecca Green for the illustrations. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful. Let's see. Look how beautiful. Aww. I highly recommend this book. If you can't buy books, get it from your library. Take it out of the library or get the app on your phone, or they have a now library app. You can access almost every book on your phone. All right, well, thank you so much for listening to this crazy cat lady. I appreciate you guys so much. All my love and blessings to you and your family and your animals. I'll see you soon. Bye.